Okay guys, in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys what an alternate reality would be like if Akira was the crown princess instead of her brother. I have been thinking about Akira a lot as we're really focusing on the whole Hannah Morahan plotline as it involves Daichi, Nadira, and all of that. But I have just been thinking about how much of a victim my girl is. So I am releasing a video soon explaining why her mother, Empress Sake, has hated Akira since she was a child. And a lot of that has to do with sexism. You guys will be getting the full juicy details soon. I promise you guys will. But I want to do some thought playing with you guys. So you guys have already seen Akira's original outfits that are obviously more Korean inspired because she married into a Korean household by marrying Sato. But I am going to be editing her outfits and her overall style to represent what it would be like if she was the legitimate heir of Emperor Taikyo. So in this scenario, there are some things that I would imagine that would lead Akira to be the crown princess. So one, Empress Sake would have had to die after she gave birth to Akira, because you'll see in the story, but one of the main reasons why Akira's mother hates her is because of the fact that Akira ruined her foundation, practically meaning that Akira and giving birth to Akira made her overall weaker and she couldn't give birth to more boys. Giving birth to Daichi was already enough of a burden on her body. So in this alternate timeline, Akira's mother, Empress Sake, would have had to die. Emperor Taikyo is definitely in love with Akira's mom, Empress Sake. So having her die via childbirth and leaving Emperor Taikyo with Akira, Emperor Taikyo wouldn't have any other choice but to make Akira his crown princess. I don't really see Emperor Taikyo marrying somebody else after the death of his wife unless he was pressured to by his ministers. But I don't think he would give that new partner of his children because of the love and guilt that he would have towards his first wife. So with that knowledge being in our forefront, that's a way Akira could have become crown princess. Another way that Akira could have become crown princess is if Empress Sake wasn't a huge sexist lady. I foresee this happening way less because the way Hannah Morahan is set up, it is a country based off the patriarchy. We have a lot of women in power, but it just isn't a thing that is really approved of. All of the women who are currently in power, Baroness C. Young, Countess Aikyo. I feel like I'm missing someone else, but the fact that there are already two noble women who are actually the holders of their titles, Baroness C. Young holding the barony and Countess Aikyo holding the county, is already like, it's already too much. It's already too much. And those were a situation where their fathers died without any male heirs. And seeing as Akira was the firstborn, Empress Sake would have just kept trying until she had a male heir. So it had to be a situation where there was a complete cultural shift in Hannah Morahan, which I really don't foresee happening. And also, Akira would have had to really damage her mother. In the origin story that I'm going to be posting for y'all, she damaged her mother a little bit, but she was still able to give birth. But Akira would have had to cause her mother to get a hysterectomy for her mother to accept her being the crown princess. And if that was the case, her mother would be doing a lot of scheming in order to find her a really suitable husband. Because even if Empress Sake hated her daughter, she still wants the betterment of the kingdom of Hannah Morahan, so she wouldn't have done what she did in the main timeline of marrying Akira to a weak husband in a weak kingdom. She would have had to find her a good husband that would have helped her to succeed the throne. And as you guys can see, I decided to make several different clothing versions for Akira, a version of her as the crown princess and eventually as a empress, because you know, if things would have went her way, she would have inherited the title. And That's it for her. I wanted to also imagine what Akira's children would be if their mother was the crown princess and eventually the empress of the entire kingdom of Hanamura. As you guys see, this right here is Lady Michiko. She is so cute. I have no idea if she looks more like Akira or if she looks more like Sado, but she looks so cute. So I am just redecorating her outfit to make her look like a lineal daughter, because in the main timeline, even though she is one of the only imperial grandchildren, she and the rest of her siblings, Yukio and Benjiro, they still have the stain of their name being like technically bastards. Like Akira and Sado are definitely married now, but everybody remembers the scandal of Akira having these children outside of wedlock, and that has been a negative stain on their reputation forever. And it's actually such a mess because not only do they have that like false label of being bastards, their grandmother physically does everything in her power to sabotage the children. As you guys can see, in comparison to what her regular outfits look like, she definitely has more gold, more jewelry, more everything. And I have no idea what I'm doing over here. I think I wanted to give Akira another Empress look because her with shorter hair is more regal, more empressy, while her with the longer hair is more indicative of her being a crown princess instead of an empress. And so I just wanted to spin the block on this because this is an alternate reality that we would never get at all. So it's really nice to just fantasize about what life could be. So while I practically finish up making her coronation outfit and things of that nature, I want to talk about a possible succession crisis as it relates to her children. So in this alternate timeline, Akira obviously still had her triplets. Her triplets are going to be from Sado. Sado in this alternate AU is still the legal son or the adopted legal son of Count Hiroshi and becomes married to Akira. But now he has the formal training and he is less of a goofball than he is in our main timeline. And now let's talk about the succession crisis because Akira has 3 children, unlike her parents who had 1 child in this timeline. So who would be the next crown princess, crown prince? Who knows? I know for a fact that Benjiro is the oldest, but he lacks the leadership qualities that Akira would really be interested in. So she has 3 children, so she could really have her pick of the litter in terms of who gets to be the next crown royal and the heir to the throne. And I definitely think it would be so interesting to see Akira choose between Michiko, Yukio, and Benjiro in terms of who would be the best heir, because Michiko is very smart, and having her mother be the crown princess / empress, she would actually have a fighting chance in order to show everybody, hey, I'm smart, I'm capable, all that kind of stuff. She wouldn't have to be so submissive and practically hide her talents in order to boost up Benjiro like how she does in her timeline right now. And I have no idea if Yukio would want to fight for the throne because in this timeline right now, he is so pampered. So I don't know if he'd be willing to fight against his siblings in order to get the throne, or would he be perfectly happy as a pampered second prince? It's just a fun thought experiment, and I hope you guys really love how I redecorated these Sims. I think it's so cute. I wanted to show you guys what Akira's children look like aged up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!